Vincent!
I'm doing my video.
Are you recording right now?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you my top 15 tips when doing a craft show. So tip number 1, arrive early. Just so you can kind of map it out, find where the coordinator is. Sometimes it takes you a lot longer to get from your car to your space than you planned, especially if you've never done this show before. Hey, no fighting on the stairs. Thank you. I don't know if you heard that or not. We just got a puppy and he is something. Okay, tip number 2, do a mock setup. Kind of know what your space is. If you've done this show before, you might already have an assigned space. If you haven't, be prepared for anything. You might be prepared for one setup, but once you get there and see how your neighbors are set up, it just doesn't go along with how you had planned. Or if you planned on having people all around you and now you have a corner booth, that's a totally different setup than if you were surrounded by everyone else. So have a couple different options when setting up your booth. Tip number 3, have all your signs and tags made well in advance. So I use the same signs each time I do a show. And if I make a different product, then I make a new sign. I just stick it out with the items. Now, a couple of them I'll tag individually because I don't have many of them. I don't make many of them, so I just put a tag. I'll say what it is and then how much it is. But you don't want to be doing that the night before. You want to have everything ready. Really, Max? What? I have cat-proofed this office, but he has snuck in. Hold on. You need to stay out, Max. No, stay. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Okay. Don't remember what I was saying, but tip 3B, cat-proof your office. Apparently I don't know how to do that, but should be done. Okay. Tip number 4, have tablecloths that go to the ground. It looks professional. You can hide stuff under the table. When I'm looking at booths and I just see a table, I'm likely not to look at it. It should be pretty. On Amazon, they make those tablecloths that go straight down, and instead of just like a piece of cloth that goes over, it's actually hemmed and sewn straight down. So even in wind, if you're outside, it won't like lift up, which is nice. So I recommend those. I know a lot of people use the tablecloths that are like spandex. I don't have those. I just use the ones that I got for my wedding, and they've actually come in handy. Tip number 5, have an overarching theme or color to your booth. So I saw one booth and you could tell that it was mermaid themed. It was really cute. Her tablecloths had little mermaid ruffles around the edges, and it was cohesive. My theme, I'm still getting there. But what I want to do is, I was farmhouse and I used the buffalo check, and that was my theme, but I'm kind of changing it. I'm going from buffalo check farmhouse look to, I want to have white tablecloths and I want to have that teal aqua color, like that one right there. I want to have that color and gold. So that's going to be my main color. That's going to be my main theme, and it's going to be cohesive with my sign. I'm going to get a new sign, and it's going to go well with my business cards, which I need to make, but I will. Oh, not a tip, but something I do want to mention. On my business cards, I'm going to be putting a QR code to my website, my Instagram, and my Facebook. That way they can just scan it instead of typing something in. Okay, tip number 6. This may not apply to you because you may already have a name, but create a name that gives the customer an idea of what you make. My name is Drinkard Crochet. A lot of people mistake that, thinking it says Drunkard Crochet, and they're like, oh, that sounds like fun. Drinkard's just my last name. Acquired that a couple years ago, and crochet is what I do. So they have a good idea of what my company is. Before I had this company, I had Suki's Boutique, and Suki was the name of my dog. And on my business cards, I had a picture of a dog, a black lab, and it said Suki's Boutique. And it really confused a lot of people because they're like, where's the dog stuff? And I was sewing quilts and making hair accessories. So it just didn't go together. So my name now fits with what I do. Tip number 7. Make friends with your neighbors. There are many times I've gone to a market by myself, and going 6 to 8 hours without using the restroom or going to get food is a long time. So make friends with your neighbors, because typically they're pretty trustworthy. You know, you can kind of get a good vibe on them. But they put in just as much work as you did getting their stuff together, that they understand how hard it is or how much hard work you put into your stuff, that they don't want to see you lose money by having things stolen. So asking them to be able to watch your booth while you step out is a great benefit of befriending them. Also, I've seen people at different markets around, and you know, we just start chatting because I've known them from the last 5 markets. You know, you get to know certain people because you see them all the time. You kind of run in circles with them. Also, I guess tip 7B, bring somebody to help you, you know, if you can, because then you can go to the bathroom all you want, or they can go grab you food. Which leads us to tip number 8. Bring your own food and water. Especially if you're outside, make sure you have plenty of water. But a lot of the times, the food at these markets, they're gonna be fried, not healthy, and you know, bring a couple healthy snacks with you, and plenty of water, because you don't want to have to be paying the extra food truck prices, you know, unless it's a benefit thing and you really want to. My last show, it was a benefit, and the biscuits and gravy were really good. So, you know, plan accordingly. Tip number 9, bring something to work on. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy with this one. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing something. You should be smiling at your customers all the time. Well, what I do kind of is a conversation starter for people walking by. So I'll be there and I'll be crocheting. You know, if you have a craft that you can do on site, a lot of people like to watch you work. And they're like, oh, you're making it right now. That's so cool. So I like to bring something to work on. and it helps you pass the time. And if you complete it while you're there, you do have a chance of selling it. Tip number 10, stand when possible. When you have a lot of people going by, if you are standing, they are more likely to talk to you. And if they are talking to you, they are more likely to stay at your booth and buy something. So I know some people have a hard time standing for that long, and they buy the very tall chairs, and it puts you eye level, and you can look in their eyes instead of like them talking down to you. There's like a disconnect there. So anytime that you can stand, be eye level with people walking by, starting conversations, it's a great way to make a sale. Tip number 11, have a show-stopping piece. If you have seen my other videos, then you know about Roxy. Roxy is my showstopper. She is my giant unicorn. She's about that big. And she's beautiful. I put her up high so people can't really touch her, but they can still see her. And I do get a lot of conversation out of her. And while they may not pay the $250 that I charge for Roxy, they may see something else, like the smaller unicorns that are only $30. Oh yeah, I can pay $30 for that. So it brings people into your booth. Tip number 12, have wheels. When you are transporting stuff from your car to your space, it is very helpful if you have something that is on wheels. I have a big Rubbermaid 3-tiered cart that I can fit most of my stuff on and wheel it in. I know a lot of people use wagons, but I found this cart at a garage sale for $8, and I've used that thing everywhere. I've used it in my classroom, I've used it for my shows, I've used it in the house, I've used it in the garage. It's the best thing ever. So I use a cart to wheel all of my stuff in. Tip number 13, pack up strategically. So when I say that, I mean pack as if you are packing for the next craft show that you are going to be doing. I have everything packed and it is stored in my storage unit. And I know I have everything ready to go because it is in the box that it needs to be in. It's in the spot. And instead of just throwing everything in and getting out there as fast as you can, if you have everything packed for the next show, it makes doing the next show so much easier. Tip number 14, wear comfortable clothes and shoes. Don't be wearing your heels. I typically wear my Chacos. If you know what those are, they feel amazing on your feet. And clothes. I used to wear things that might be a little restricting, like jeans. I don't like jeans. So a lot of times I'll wear just like a loose dress, or leggings and comfortable top. You know, it doesn't need to be fancy. Just make sure you are comfortable. And tip number 15, wear your money. So I used to have a cash box where I kept the money and I would have it separated by 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, and all the change. I don't even use coins. So I had my bills separated, but then we always had to keep an eye on the box. I now keep it in a little zippered pouch that I got some makeup in, and I just keep all of my 1s in the front, 5s in the back, and then big bills in the very back. And that way, if I go to the bathroom or need to step away, I know that the money is on me and isn't in somebody else's hands. So there you have it. Those are my top 15 tips for doing a craft show. If you have a great tip of your own that you would like to share, please put that in the comments. If you have questions about a craft show, please put that in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out when you hit that like button. Until next time.